Hello ladies and
you know who.
Today I have another manifesting video. I wasn't going to make these anymore, but I've gotten so many comments about
how can I change my appearance? How can I change my eye color? Why isn't this working?
da 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 da. And
I'm giving the people what they want.
anyway, before we get into the video, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsor today, AKIN. Thank you for sponsoring this video. AKIN provides access to spiritual advisors and psychics if you need help with like life guidance, tarot readings, you want to talk to your pet through a psychic, clarity in love, relationships, career, any of that stuff. And there's always someone available 24/7 on AKIN. As a new AKIN customer, you can get the first 10 minutes for only $1.99 and the rates would depend on the advisor you choose. But all services are backed with a satisfaction guarantee. I've actually used AKIN before after hearing about it from Stargirl the Practical Witch. Love her. And she advised having a spiritual advisor, building a relationship with them so you can really trust them, get advice on whatever you need, and that's exactly what I've been doing. And when you find the right advisor, it can lead to an ongoing relationship, heaps of benefits such as, you know, making monthly intentions or yearly intentions. They understand your story, they already know you, and you can gain clarity on synchronicities, whatever you need. Each week, AKIN sends its users multiple discounts, so if you want to have multiple psychic readings, this is a great way to chat to different psychics in whatever area you want. So if you're a AKIN user already, make sure you check your inbox for this discount. If you're scared of getting a spiritual advisor, don't be. It has really changed my life. If there's anything I don't really know, I can ask for guidance from the spiritual advisor and get clarity. And I also used a pet psychic to talk to my dog to tell her I was going away and not leaving her. So if you'd like to try AKIN, go to tryakin.com/simonesquared and you'll get the first 10 minutes for only $1.99.
Let's get into the video.
What is manifesting? If you're new to my channel, you should know what it is by now. And if not, go watch my other videos. But let's quickly recap. Whether you call it law of attraction, law of assumption, manifesting, whatever you want, it's all the same thing. Manifestation is you are creating your reality. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, it is creating your reality. Manifesting like $100 is no different from manifesting $1,000, and it's no different from manifesting bigger boobs, weight loss, high gain, whatever. What you really need to understand is the fundamentals for manifestation. So how do we change our reality? Our reality is a reflection of our inner world. What is our inner world? It is our subconscious mind and our dominant thoughts, our thought patterns. So this comes from years and years of programming from, you know, society, parents, what we're seeing in our reality, and it can even come from ancestral baggage that's in our DNA. So how do we like unwire that? I don't know if that's the right word. Like unprogram it. We can do that through affirming. So law of assumption, these people who follow law of assumption, they would just tell you to keep on affirming. Like, for example, you want a smaller nose. I have a smaller nose. My nose is getting smaller every day. The law of attraction perspective, they would say, I am so happy and grateful that I have a small nose, because they're coming from the perspective that you already have it, you're living in the end. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. What matters is your inner programming. For example, you could be saying all this, I have a small nose, I have a small nose. You look in the mirror, damn, your nose is big as fuck still. Nothing is changing. And that's because deep down you're not actually believing that it's going to change. For example, I believe that growing your boobs is so much easier than changing your actual nose, because your nose is bone. This is my limiting belief. Your nose is bone, so to me I'm like, that is so much harder. But your boobs, they're fluctuating all the time, so I'm like, that's so much easier. It all depends on your inner programming. There's a number of ways you can get to your inner programming and change it. There's something called the emotional freedom technique, and that's like tapping on certain acupressure points and then saying something like, even though I have a big nose, I still love and accept myself. And what you'll find is the more you do it, the more resurfaces. And I've heard of people who have been doing this and they're tapping on things like, I read one for bigger breast growth. Someone had A-cup boobs. They were tapping on points like, they started with, even though I have small boobs, I still love myself and I'm still feminine. And as they kept on doing this, more and more started to resurface years of what her parents thought about boobs. She didn't even think about this before. And then how she had this hidden belief she didn't know, that if she had these bigger breasts, that she would be like a target, basically. And this all started to come out. And afterwards, 2 months later, guess what? She was a double D. So it's just crazy how that happened. And I read on Reddit, someone was doing this for a smaller nose. So EFT is one way you can get to these inner beliefs. You can do shadow work. That's another one. I'll make a video on shadow work on my second channel. Smoke says, go check it out. Subliminals are good because they directly are targeting your subconscious mind, but Subliminals, they really only work when you're listening to them. You have to have the same story, the same beliefs throughout the day. You have to keep on affirming that. So you can't just say, I'm gonna listen to the subliminal and it's gonna work. I'm gonna listen throughout the night. The subliminal is going, you have a small nose, you have a small nose, you have a small nose. You wake up in the morning, you're like, my nose is big. Like, can you see the discrepancy, how that's not gonna work? You can't only be believing for a certain period of time. You have to believe it all the time. In law of assumption, they say ignore your 3D. Ignore your 3D reality, because whatever's up here in your mind, the 3D will eventually conform. So you're looking in the mirror, nothing's changing. You think to yourself, it's gonna change, it has to change, it will happen. And you just keep on going, affirming, believing. That's how you change it, and that's literally how you change anything in your life. Whether it's manifesting a partner, manifesting an ex, manifesting money, success, a job, whatever. That's how you do it. You have to believe, change your inner programming, remove those limiting beliefs, and keep on affirming. It's not hard. It's not. And everyone has different techniques for it, and everyone has different beliefs. Like, maybe to you, changing something like, you know, the structure of your nose, which is bone, is very easy. But to someone like me, I'm like, this isn't easy. So that can affect the speed of which it happens. So if I was trying to change my nose, it's probably gonna take me a really long time, and it might not actually happen because I don't really, to me, I'm just like, oh, it's kind of hard. Don't know if I can do it. But with things like fatty tissue, weight loss, breast growth, whatever, I'm like, that's just easy. So it's each to their own, it really is. More than that, so if you're a law of attraction person, this is mainly what you've been taught, law of attraction focuses on feeling a lot and the frequency of where you are. That's where a lot of people get mixed up. They think they need to be in this positive, high vibration all the time, and it's not like that. So we have our dominant thoughts, then we have our subconscious thoughts, and this is what's actually creating our frequency. We can be at like a high frequency temporarily, like we're super happy, but subconsciously, we still have all of these like bad thoughts. And that is actually what our real frequency is. I'll give you an example. You can say you're a really happy person, but deep down you're like, I'm never gonna find love, everybody hates me, I'm miserable. So what is your real frequency? Your real frequency in the moment is gonna be like this happiness, but it's actually being dragged down constantly by these negative thoughts. So you're in a very neutral state throughout the day, or you can even be in a bad state. But your thoughts, you have good programming. I'm abundant, love flows to me, everybody loves me. Then you're naturally going to be in a higher vibrational state. And that's why your subconscious, what you're believing, is what is the most important thing. So don't worry about if you're depressed today or you don't really feel like doing anything. Focus on those affirmations and changing your mind. Meditation, you gotta meditate. You gotta meditate, because meditation is a way to control your brain. When you're meditating, your life is going to change. You're gonna have extreme concentration. You won't get distracted. You're gonna just see everything so differently. You're not gonna react. I don't mean reacting to the 3D, but I mean reacting to situations, people, circumstances in your life. You can kind of create a distance and step back from that. Meditation, it also, you know, for those of you who want to stay young, it increases the length of your telomeres. I think that's what it's called, telomeres, which is like something to do with aging. You want to look young? You better meditate, girl. To sum up, if I were to give you a plan, step 1, do those techniques, emotional frequency tapping, meditation, shadow work, whatever, to uncover your below the surface belief. Do affirmations to change your beliefs above the surface and keep it going throughout the day. 3, you can pick a subliminal, but like I said, you need to consistently believe throughout the day what that subliminal is saying in your mind. 4, meditate. The more you know about law of attraction, law of assumption, manifesting, the more you're able to understand it and do it yourself. You don't need to watch videos like this. Something I do to help my belief system is anytime I see a synchronicity or I manifest something, I write it down in my notes and I look back at it and I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe this happened. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, you can go to my second channel, Simone Says. I haven't been uploading much on it because I've been moving back to Sydney. And don't forget, if you want to try AKIN, I really recommend it. I love AKIN. So don't forget, go to tryakin.com/simonesquared to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. I love you all. Happy manifesting. Don't forget to turn on post notifications, leave a comment, subscribe to my second channel because I read all the comments.
Puta, mi hada madrina dijo que sí. Este de aquí me hizo llorar, este otro me dice marica, este otro de mí piensa mal. Esto es lo que hago cuando me chingan. Voy a encerrarlos bajo la tierra, nadie va a comer y de hambre morirán. Madre, quiero saber, en verdad, quién soy yo. Y sí, tal vez tengo un síndrome. Que alguien traiga mis pelucas verdes. Ten medicamento rom.